Hello friends, I am Dr. Vinod Kumar and here comes my next video on sales process. This sales process may include various stages that a salesperson has to pass through for making any kind of sale. In order to deliver this presentation, I have taken the reference from a famous Bollywood movie, that is Band, Baja and Bharat. Sales process takes a salesperson to move through basically 6 stages, that is prospecting, pre-approach, approach, presentation, demonstration, handling objections and closing the sales. Let us try to understand these stages through a visual presentation that I have created using the Bollywood movie called Band, Baja, Bharat. Here comes the first stage, prospecting, that is searching for those individuals who can be converted into customers. Here the situation is that a couple getting married and they are looking for an event management company to handle their event. As you can see in the picture, they are already in touch with an event management company that convinces them to sign a contract for a classic based pattern to showcase their event. So herein you can see in the picture, the customer is really convinced with the classic theme based pattern. However, the other competitor is watching everything and consider the couple as prospect because they have a need to hire an event management company to manage. So herein competitor is watching everything, as you can see in this particular picture herein. So they rush to catch the prospect and to convert them into the customer. Here comes the point that how will they convince and how will they approach. So in order to convince any prospect, it is very important that you do a research about them and collect the relevant information which will really convince them, which will really bring a smile on their faces. So pre-approach as a stage is very important. This information will really help you when you approach your prospect. That is the third stage of sales process. This approach will actually bring a smile on the face of the customer and create an emotional bonding with them while creating an impression of professionalism about your organization. In this situation, if you will see, Anushka and Ranbir approaches the customer and takes the customer through their past life based upon their pre-approach and tell them that they are very special to each other. Therefore, their marriage should also be special, and a classic theme-based pattern would not serve their need. Also, Anushka tries to create an emotional bond with the customer by asking her whether she still believes in innovative ideas or not. So that creates a question mark. They both get impressed through the sales pitch of Ranbir and Anushka, who belongs to competitor event management company. But the point is that the company needs an appointment for presentation and demonstration of their credential, so they request for an appointment. Remember the rule: if customer is impressed through your approach and you are hitting on the need of the customer, believe me, the customer would definitely invite you for sales pitch. Here comes the opportunity for you to convert this prospect into customer using your credentials, experience, rating, review, portfolio, etc. while winning his trust. Remember, this can only be done through next stage, that is presentation and demonstration, and in this stage you have to reflect that you are a professional organization. Here you will see that the customer is calling them for presentation and demonstration. So there is an invite by the customer because they were really convinced with the credential and the pre-approach and the approach made by Ranbir and Anushka. Now you need to understand whether it is B2C segment or B2B segment. Usually customer goes through a decision making process which will involve several other parties. If it is a B2C, family plays a major role. If it is a B2B, then different department plays a major role to finalize the decision with respect to giving order. Therefore, you have to convince not only the customer but his family members, friends, different teams who are involved in the decision making. Even if any individual participant is not convinced of your presentation and demonstration, they can spoil your chances of winning the contract in the decision making process. So guys, you have to be very good in terms of presentation and demonstration, and it should reflect all your skill sets. Therefore, as a salesperson in the sales process, you have to be mature enough to handle every individual involved in the decision making process with ease and convince everyone who are involved in the picture. Only then you will be able to win the trust of the customers. Therefore, stage of presentation and demonstration is of utmost importance to see how mature you are in terms of dealing with your customers. Remember, at this stage, a lot of people commit a lot of mistakes and lose their customers. Soft skills plays a major role. That is the only reason usually we train salespeople for soft skills as well. So finally, Anushka and Ranbir enters for presentation and demonstration to win the contract. As you can see in the picture, they are entering with smile. As you can see here, the entire family is watching the portfolio of the company and their credentials. One of the individual, who is the father of this couple, is convinced but has an objection, since this company is very much small in size and they have never done such big size event. Therefore, he creates an objection because of his risk of image, which is the 5th stage of sales process. That is the stage where the entire process may go for an halt if salesperson has not learnt the art of handling objections. So you should be able to handle objections with ease. Remember one thing, objection will always be there, as it is a natural phenomenon, and no customer would give you order just like that. You have to cross this stage with your sales skills, else you will lose. There are different types of objections and different methods to solve this objection that you must learn through your sales subject or literature. But Ranbir somehow handled this objection using his experience, create a personal connect to the one who has an objection and convinces him through his skill set. This is the last stage after objection, that is closing the sale, which means bringing a smile on the face of the customer and everyone involved in the process and win their trust. This is the big thing. If people are sharing smile with you, kindly value their smile and do not break this relationship at any cost. As you can see, everyone involved in the decision making process is smiling with ease. And here comes the agency people as well, that is Ranbir and Anushka. Every salesperson or process will take you to the distribution phase of marketing, where you are responsible through your team to manage all the specifications that you have given as per the deadline and the contract or the commitment you have made. You have to adopt an integrated approach so that your team can deliver on what you have committed. Sales process doesn't end here. After your satisfactory delivery only, positive feedback comes, and this feedback will bring in more revenue for your organization through more number of customers. Therefore, sales and distribution has to go hand in hand. After closing the sale, actual work starts in the form of defect-free delivery. Those who fail to deliver will lose their image, get a poor rating, and spoil their credentials in the longer run. Remember, this is the jet age. You cannot afford to have even a single dissatisfied customer. Social media will guide the future customers whether to deal with you or your organization or not to deal with you. With this, I would like to end this topic, that is sales process, which includes different stages that starts from prospecting and finish with closing the sales. Thank you very, very much.